Yo, what's good in the day? How's everybody doing? So, if you guys are all having a fantastic day, as always, welcome back to another episode of the D&J Show. This is my co-host, Degenerate Stafford, doing whatever the fuck that is. So, hope everybody's had a good weekend. I got a couple topics, man.
Yeah, we don't have that many this week.
That's all good, though. What are we feeling, man?
What are we feeling? How about let's talk about the thieves just being blown up entirely. I like that.
That's fucked up, man. That's so fucked.
Well, is it not true?
Yeah, I was watching the Kenny.
Okay, before we go any further, what the fuck? What's that fucking big ass box right behind you? What's that? Is that a bed frame?
No, it's a headboard.
Oh,
So
that's big.
yeah, I have a Kelly King bed. So I
Yeah.
bought I had to buy this bed twice. I didn't have to buy it twice, but I bought it once, and then one of the boxes were so fucking destroyed that we had to send it back because we didn't know that they put plywood in the boxes, and like there was big ass holes in the boxes and everything, and like the wood was broken. So we thought that like part of the bed frame was broken, so we didn't get that box. So we sent that back and got the two other boxes. So I basically have two parts of my bed.
Again,
Yeah,
it's spares, I guess.
pretty much. But the headboard doesn't fucking break. So
Oh yeah.
like I be getting active, but I'm not getting active on my fucking headboard, bro. Like,
That's insane.
nah, bro. The one thing I've noticed though, bro, when it comes to bed frames and shit, stop making bed frames with wood slats. Holy fuck, dude. Or if you're gonna make them out of wood slats, bro, make them thicker than like fucking an inch and a half.
Oh,
Them shits break so fucking easy. So it's a $1,500 bed frame, and it's just fucking wood slats are already like breaking. I've had the bed for maybe a year now. So
really?
bro, yeah,
That's it?
the bed frame, yeah, bed frame's relatively new. I bought it last year at some point,
Right.
but oh man,
Excuse me, Jesus.
I was watching the Kenny leaving video, bro. Ironically, you can also watch my reaction to that on this channel. But
Link below.
oh god,
I should put a little annotation top right. It's gonna be over there.
I'll figure out how to do that. But
Yeah, so it's fine. You got it. You're a
so
smart cookie.
it was actually it was kind of emotional watching it because he started crying and everything talking about it,
Pussy.
and I was like, "That's fucked up, bro." So, and it really like does suck seeing like all of LAT players like leaving, because I really did want to see this team to go another year, if not just stay together and last forever. But let's be
Yeah, but
honest, that's just not how
we
it
both
works.
knew that was not gonna
Yeah.
happen.
If they won champs again, it might have been a different story. Or if they would have won more and been more consistent, it probably would have been a different story, realistically.
If
But
yeah, if they didn't get would they go 06 in Major 5 or was that no, that was Optic.
yeah, I think they got second rounded.
Something like that.
Yeah.
If they made grand finals at champs, maybe.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's a
Like,
big maybe though. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? But let's be honest, there was no one was beating that New York team. Not a soul. Not a goddamn soul was beating them that
I'm not
day.
gonna lie, I
That
wanted to
weekend
see Ultra win. I did. I'm
I
okay
I
with New
I,
York
I was
winning, but
okay. I would have I mean obviously I wanted the boys to win. You know, I wanted Optic to win.
I just wanted Scrap to get a chip, honestly. Like, that would have been insane for his rookie year.
He already got a chip.
No, I meant like a ring,
The
like a
big one.
big
The big
chip.
one.
Yeah. So
I was like,
that's,
he got a chip, so I
yeah.
mean there you go.
But I
But no,
was
I get you.
hoping that he was gonna be able to get
Win the
that.
big one.
Yeah, and I was like really hoping because of that I was expecting to get like rookie of the year too, if that did end up happening.
Right.
But
Yeah.
So
I mean, I was my second like the team that I would have wanted to win after Optic was Ultra up until what was it, Saturday when he said that bullshit?
the Saturday, I think it was Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah, up until that Saturday when he said that shit about New York, I'm like, well, they lost. That's all that there was to it. They lost.
Yep.
I don't care. That the what Scrap said lit a fire under Kiz's
It lit
ass.
more than a fire, motherfucker. I don't know
More
what
than a
that
fire.
was.
That
That
was
motherfucker, he became Batman. He's like, I'm Batman. I'm here for vengeance.
me personally, I'm not letting that slide, and he did not.
He fucking 6-0'd him.
5-0.
6-0, some shit like that.
Not a soul was beating that team
Yeah.
that Sunday. Not a goddamn soul was winning against that team
All I'm saying, bro, imagine they would have, like, if New York played like that the
all
entire
year.
season. Like, because after they won
They
Major
won. They would have
One,
won everything.
that's
They
what I'm
would have won
saying.
everything.
They won
They
Major
would have won
One,
everything.
showed, like, huge potential. Then after Major One, they kind of, like, went on a little
Tapered
bit of
off.
a.
Yeah,
And then
they were a little cold, and then they came back Major 4,
a little bit, showed some more life, then one Major 5, and
and then
then
they won champs.
Yeah.
I mean, they were in good form to begin with, and then
Yeah.
they came out different on Sunday.
It really did. So
They had that Sunday like performance the whole season. They would have had a damn near perfect season,
yeah, I agree.
like winning everything or grand finals. Like worst placing they could have possibly got was top 2,
Yeah,
and I don't think that's an exaggeration.
facts. But no, I don't know. I think it's gonna be interesting seeing where everybody goes because I haven't heard anything about where Kenny's going. I haven't seen
Yeah,
any rumors or anything, so I don't know. I'm worried that it might be another situation like it was back when he played for Team Caliber. Because when he left Team
yeah.
Caliber, he kind of was just bouncing around, kind of not necessarily no name teams, but
Lesser known teams.
yeah.
And
And
I
then
think I feel like that's what's gonna end up happening is he's gonna end up
I just hope he doesn't end up
as
in
much as
challengers.
I don't think he will, but I also if he doesn't end up in challengers, the team that he does end up with, I don't think is gonna be very good. It's gonna be like bottom third, like
Probably. It'd be basically
Like
Ravens' problem. Yeah.
Ravens or Vegas or whoever.
Basically, Kenny will be a seam for the Ravens.
Essentially. And that's
So,
gonna be how do you think that's gonna affect LeBron's legacy? Type shit.
I mean, if he doesn't, like, let's say he ends up on just Ravens as an example, and it performs as bad as they did, it's going to affect his legacy pretty bad because Call of Duty, like at a high level professionally, bro, is so based on like your stats and so based on like how much money you're worth. So pretty much your stonks are what gets you to be able to like play professionally at a high level. So if it goes bad, then it's
It goes bad.
basically downhill. So
Now, 1 in a million, Ravens ends up building a good team. They make some runs. We might have a different story, but
yeah, I don't
for
know.
whatever reason, I don't.
I would
Because
not be
isn't
surprised if Ravens left like entire COD scene because to be honest, like right
they've
as of
done
right
nothing?
now, their name is kind of just a meme.
I mean, yeah, it's been like Legion, like fucking Vegas was the same way up until this year. They still
Yeah,
kind of are, but up until like before they made that run at what was it, Major 2,
yeah.
they got top 6 or top 8.
The only
What was
difference is
2?
though, like this year, Legion was in a lot of like talk, like
Yeah,
like not even just like as in like a team wise. I'm just talking like a lot of people were talking about the team, like period, like the players and everything, because on paper the players they had, they have TJ for S&D, they had Don Dada, which is just an insane player. They have the fucking OG player himself, Grayster, and then they
and
bounced
they
around
had
with a
had
couple
2
of sub
real,
players. They had Two
had
Real, they had Prolude,
Standy.
and Standy.
Yeah,
Those are the
I
three
don't think
players.
Byron was a bad pick. I don't think Byron was a bad pickup for him,
I don't
but
think so either, but and then they ended up swapping out for better pacing with Two Real, which was not a bad trade off, I don't think. And then they ended up going for Standy
Standy,
for Two Real,
who I
which
think was
also
the best
at the
pickup for
time for
them
players that they had,
in the
I
long
agree.
haul.
Yeah.
At the time, that was the best pickup for them in the long haul. But we talked about this before, so
Yeah.
we don't really need to go too in depth with it. But yeah, I think as far as
Um
Kenny goes, I mean, shit.
yeah, I don't know.
Unless he ends up with like some like
He could end up
godly
with
like
Ender in them with that little
with Ender and
Ender. Uh, it would be the team would be Ender, Kyler, Kenny, and fucking. I'm drawing a fucking blank. Dan.
I
I don't hate that team.
correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't what was it, Dan and Ken? They not like each other, or am I
I
imagining things?
Not a clue. I'm be honest with you.
I don't
I
know.
don't. I didn't hear anything from like you know.
That's what I'm but I don't know. That doesn't. I don't mind that team. I think that
So
team would be okay.
you can
Just
keep Dan as
my own
IGL.
my only question mark is Ender. That is my only
Yeah,
question mark.
and that's
That
just
whole team.
because injury and stuff. But
Yeah.
that's all that. I
Even
don't
before
think.
the injury, he was like not always the most consistent.
Yeah, but I think I'm gonna be honest. Like if you have Dan doing what he's doing, you put Ender and Hill pretty much all the time just doing that. You basically put Ender
Yeah.
on main AR,
Yeah.
and then just
And
have your
then what
subs running amok.
would you have Kenny play sub or would you have Dan do that?
I'd have Kenny.
Okay.
I'd have Kenny and Kyler running sub. I feel like low key like that would both be really good because Kyler being the
Mm,
route man and Kenny
okay, I
just
was gonna
fucking
say fucking face tanking everything.
exactly because he kind of
Yeah.
already did that to begin with.
For thieves, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think it would be a bad idea.
No, I don't hate that. I think that would be okay.
So
I think they damn. They would definitely give like I think on paper they're definitely a like a middle of the pack team.
yeah,
They could definitely give
but I think you
I
would
think
give them more, at least something like for team wise to look at. Like if they
yeah,
perform well as a team, and then it's like not necessarily all of them being picked up for an actual team, but just to get more people like looking at them and be like, oh, okay, we can pick players from these people, kind of vibe.
yeah. If
So
they don't end up sticking it together, which I mean, that team on paper could give a top 3 team a run for their money,
that's what I'm
honestly.
saying.
So,
So I would just be interested to like if they were to be like as a picked up as like a full team. I feel like that would be like either a Minnesota Rocker team or like a
Ravens.
no, not Ravens. That team is like actually on paper like way too good for Ravens. I mean, they
Yeah,
would
for
probably
the
snipe
Ravens
it, but
name.
yeah, I feel like it would probably be like Mutineers or maybe Seattle Surge because like I'm thinking of like the teams that are being blown up, you know,
Surge. Surge. Rocket did
Mutineers. I believe
yeah.
Rocker got blown up. Yeah,
I know Paris didn't no, they didn't blow up. I think they still have Don and Tej. I want to say Don and Tej and Clay. They got a couple.
but yeah,
But I
those are
know
like
for a fact
the
Paris blew up. I don't know who the hell they're picking up. They're probably gonna pick up like it's probably gonna be some amalgamation of European players plus a seam again.
probably. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like if I hope Azim still stays in the league, and I hope that he gets put on a different team because I felt so bad. But it was the same way with Yuli. I felt really bad for Yuli, man, because
Oh my god.
he just wanted to be in the league, man.
He wanted to be in the league and got put in the league on the worst fucking roster
Yeah. So
to be put onto. Now, I mean, shit. Envoy, isn't he joining Ultra?
Ultra,
That's like
that's rumored. Yeah.
been in talks. Yeah.
Apparently he
Now, what
got an
about?
actual like deal for it. So they actually went through with like going through all that. So if he signs to them, we don't know, but
Yeah.
he got offered an actual contract and everything.
So what about Draza? Because he's I think the most recent member of the Thieves roster to officially be leaving.
Is Draza or
It was Draza. Now, okay.
I've still only heard
Where do we think?
Phase. So that's the
Who do
only
you
thing that's ever.
replace?
Uh,
Probably Liticoat.
yeah, Thanos.
Yeah.
So
Probably. That makes sense. Actually, this is a thing that I was gonna write down, but I forgot about because I didn't think of it. Priesta officially left New York.
Yeah, I
officially.
heard about that because I guess it was because he didn't get the like salary or something he wanted, right?
He got quote hoed end quote.
Yeah, that's what I heard
Mm,
too, which is completely understandable. Like for him to not want to stay with that team, especially
But at the
when
same,
you're giving them like a world championship and everything. I do believe that, if you're putting that much time and everything, I think you deserve at least some. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve like scump level like fucking
yeah,
money,
I was gonna
but
say, but in no uncertain terms did he, deserve like league minimum.
so because I think league minimum got raised to I think it's like 55K a year now.
Hmm.
So, and
I
if he
think
was
he
only
deserves.
making
He's
league
definitely.
minimum, with how long he's been in, he's definitely making more than league minimum. I would
He
hope
should
so.
be at the very least. I think he's.
So,
If there's such a thing as a veterans minimum, which I don't know if there is for the COD League, kind of hope there is because that'd be kind of helpful for a lot of these players.
that's what I'm saying. They've been in so
Um,
long, been competing, and got so many chips. Like, because especially when you're buying like a player or whatever, not only are you buying a player, but you're also buying their legacy and everything that they leave behind. And if they leave such a big impact on that org as well, you know what I mean? Like, they should be getting paid like more because of that. Like, and
100%.
that's the reason why Scumpy gets paid so much money from Optic, like just in general, because of who he is and how much he's left behind and how much he's done for COD.
Literally.
So I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I understand. I don't know. It's kind of shitty, like seeing Priesta like leaving just because he's not getting enough money. But at the same time, if he was like actually getting hoed like he says he is, then
Yeah,
they're obviously like just disrespectfully under like lowballing him.
yeah. And
That's like the
sadly,
only.
the worst thing about that is too, like the actual like team, like New York subliners can't do anything about that. Like
No,
that's
they
actually like
can't.
higher up. Like that's the
Yeah, it's
people that
like
own what is that
whole. It's the
NYXL or some shit like that owns them. I don't remember the actual like company, but
the New York Excelsior.
that's what it is. Yeah.
That's the Overwatch League team. I don't know if that's an org. I mean, I could it could be,
But
but
when you go on New York and you click on the New York subliners thing, they're owned by like NYXL or something like that. So, but yeah, so that all goes through like those teams, like what they budget for, et cetera, et cetera. So it's like they can't do anything about it.
no, yeah.
So, and honestly, if I knew for a fact, if like Troy Sender, the man had
That's
like
if
had the,
if Drill and Sender had anything to do with it,
he would be getting paid. Yeah,
he would be getting a good amount of money. They all would be getting a very handsome amount of money
most definitely.
without question. They'd be getting a good paycheck.
But with the same topic though, I'm a little bit like worried, like if because it also comes down to depending on like what he's asking for too, because there could be a thing to where he just asks for an
An outrageous amount of
astronomical
money.
like not able to do type thing.
Yeah, which I could see that only
And
because like
that's
simply
exactly.
because he's like Priest has been around
Yeah.
the COD seed for so long. So it's like
Like let's say he's making like 100K a year and he's like, oh yeah, I want to be making like almost a million
300.
or some like
Oh, then no.
outlandish shit,
No.
because that goes into like it goes into consideration too, like because we don't know the full story. He could have
Yeah,
asked,
exactly.
he could have been making 600K a year and asked for fucking like
900.
950 or something, and they're just like, yeah, no, bro, like you're
You can't do
already.
that. Like you're already making it a little too much here, bud. Well, we're
That's what
gonna
I'm
need to
saying.
simmer down.
So and there's also a lot that probably also goes into it's like, okay, how much did you actually do for this team, like league wise? How much, like, what's your stocks looking like and all that? You know,
Yeah.
that probably plays a huge role into it too. Because honestly, it wouldn't be surprising if it didn't.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. Um I don't know. We won't know until, you know, more information gets released, and I doubt that information will. So we
But
just probably won't know. But I mean, it sucks to see Priest leave in such a way. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like given the circumstances, it's just shitty seeing that happen.
agreed.
But unfortunately, it is what it is. It's very unfortunately business first in a money that's in a league that's essentially hemorrhaging money.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's really unfortunate all the way around. And
most definitely.
I just I mean, I can say nothing but I hope he finds himself a good home. Honestly,
I do too.
like somewhere where he'll actually like get paid type shit. I'm like no
At least
bullshit. Like
what he's like, at least
like
somewhere in the range of that he's comfortable with. Yeah.
of what he's asking for. Because I mean, like I don't. I think the only person that's making a million, like actually a million, was Scump.
Scump.
I think he was the only one
Yeah.
that was actually making a million a year.
And that we don't even know. Like, to
We
clarify,
don't
we
even know
don't
we
know
don't know the
how
true
much he's
number.
actually making. We just know that people have said that he makes upwards of $1 million.
But that we're talking about like league contracts. We're not talking about like how much he gets
Yeah.
paid, like from like how much he gets salary
I
from
don't
Optic.
even want to fucking know, bro, because this, like,
That man.
you see his new stream room?
Oh yeah, it looks
Like,
insane. It looks
they
insane.
treat him very well, to say the
Well,
least.
the kid. I mean, the kid's been around forever.
Yeah.
Well, not you know what I mean.
He's been around. He's been playing professionally since MW3.
Black Ops 1 actually.
Well, MW3 is where people are noticing him, like his name
Yeah,
and everything, and then
yeah.
Black Ops 1
That's
was
where he got
like
name recognition, and then Black Ops 2 he blew up, or that's when like his name started to like circulate around, and
where he
then
became the king.
finally, I think people actually started to recognize him as the king from Ghosts.
And then yeah,
That kid was disgusting at Ghosts.
that team in general is disgusting.
Oh, for sure.
That's what made me fall in
Even
love with
though
Nade Shot though.
even
Like,
though Nade was kind of like he was already on the decline. Kid was nasty at Ghosts,
but
man.
I don't see, people always say he's on the decline, but I look at it as entirely different because the way Nade played was not like most pro players. He did not play
No,
selfish at all. He did not give a fuck about any of that shit. He played to win the fucking game.
yeah,
And like
he was
that's,
the epitome of an OBJ player, but
and to me
hi-
that's
his play style was just if it was Halo, different ball game. If it was Halo, this is a completely different conversation. But since we're talking about Call of Duty, and Call of Duty is so like slay heavy,
yeah.
even if it is an OBJ mode, like the game is still so just dependent on slaying.
But let's
He
be
just
honest.
he didn't really like he had it, but he didn't like have it.
You didn't
You know what I'm
need
saying?
to. You had fucking Scump on his left. Like he had,
But when Scump wasn't like on the off chance, the one day that Scump wasn't playing well and he needed to step up.
yeah, but then he had fucking, he had like, fuck, who else on that roster, bro? Bless you. You good? Bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But
Oh, I did not need that in the microphone. But yeah, like who's their team in Ghost? It was him. It was Scump Nade.
it was
Then but it also depended on the tournament because they
it
did
did.
roster
Yeah.
changes. Because I think Big Timer retired. No, he retired in Black Ops 2, I think.
I can't remember. It's been so fucking long, so I paid attention to it.
But it depended on what time of the year. Because I know at one time it was Proof and Clayster, I think.
Yeah. That's the guy I was thinking of, Proof. I
Uh,
was like, I'm sitting here drawing a blank.
yeah. I don't think no. Who am I thinking? I'm
Was
thinking of but
Embos in Ghost?
he was on Optic Nation.
Okay, so was he? Because I know he played for Optic,
Yeah, it
but I
was
didn't know if he played
he
like
did
main team.
he played for Optic Nation in I should say AW.
Okay.
He played for Optic Nation in AW's Money Biscuit. I want to say it was Miracles, Sloss.
What the fuck happened to Miracles? That kid was
I
nasty.
have I have no idea. Yeah, kid was gross. I don't know. Dude, what happened to Sloss, man?
I was thinking the same fucking thing. I was like, these names, bro.
Like Killer Miracles, like damn.
Well,
But
we know what happened to Killa.
he just got old,
Not
realistically.
only that, that motherfucker was holy
He was
fuck,
crazy.
dude.
He was crazy.
I just remember seeing
Um,
him and Nameless constantly fucking. But
I forget who the fourth was on that team, but I mean those are the three that I guess are really worth making mention of. I don't remember if no, Karma wasn't on Optic
no,
Nation. I don't think he ever was.
I don't think he got a ring under them.
Mm,
Well, not till like later, but
no, because Optic Nation had a roster in Ghosts. I can't remember who was on it to save my
Yeah, I
life.
don't remember either. But
It's not really that super important.
yeah.
But
So I don't know.
I don't know.
I would love to actually be able to know the numbers that he like not only made from COD, but also from Optic. Like I would love to be able to.
Scumpy.
Yeah. I know for a fact
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna look at that
say
and be like, that makes me feel broke.
I'm gonna say just as a blind guess from are we speaking just from Call of Duty or from Optic
Like
or both?
both. Like
I'm gonna say easily like 8 figures,
Jesus.
like 10 mil plus. I'm gonna say like all together, like
Yeah.
including his original, like his tournament winnings from way back when until he was done, and then league salary. I'm gonna say like 10 figures plus the money he's been making from Optic. This isn't including the money he's made from his stream.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah,
say
he's sitting comfortable for sure.
if we include this, like the money he's made from streaming, it's very easily over 8 figures.
Yeah. No doubt about it.
So
But I don't know.
yeah, the money I would there I would do many things for even a crumb of that salary that he's made from Optic. I know
Yeah.
he's making a lot of money
Oh yeah, especially with how long he's been there. So
with how long he's been there. Like he's basically Hector's son.
I would say he's only played for two teams, technically. That being Envy and Optic.
He never played under Envy's banner.
He played it. Actually, he did back in like 2013.
He joined, but he never played
Yeah, but he was still under Envy.
for like a week,
Hey,
maybe.
still counts though.
But he never played.
Still counts.
Never. There was never an
He
official
made a
match that he
salary
played
from
under
it. You know what
Envy.
I'm saying? Still
No, he
counts.
did. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
I don't know if I believe that. But he played for Leverage way back when.
Yeah, but that was like when it first like.
But that's like the only other team that he's played for other than Optic.
Yeah, but he wasn't making like money. Like he wasn't making it. He wasn't being paid a salary for that. He was being paid strictly from like tournament winning.
Yeah, he won tournaments under Quantum Leverage.
Yeah, but that was like MW2.
Black Ops 1.
It's Black Ops 1.
It was like 2011.
Fuck, how old is Black Ops 1, dude? That made me feel old. Holy fuck.
13 years old this year.
Jesus Christ. Anyway, on the topic of Call of Duty and money, the boys come to the Optic. Or the boys come to Optic? Nice. The boys come to Call of Duty. I've never seen it.
You know, so I saw the first episode of the first season when it first came out, and within like the first like minute, 2 minutes of the show starting, homegirl, like there's I don't know if it was a main character, but there's one dude, and I'm assuming his girlfriend. She was walking or some shit. Fucking long story short, Homelander just fucking um
Mince meat or shit?
yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much. And right in front of bro too. And I was like, huh, no. I never watched it. I never touched it again.
I haven't watched it, but all the people that like I've talked to that have watched it, they've always told me it's so good, but it's so fucked.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm just
Like they told me about this scene about this guy that can shrink, and he went in this dude's penis and grew big.
I feel like I heard about that.
And I just
I
haven't
feel like
watched
I
it.
heard. I feel
That
like I
should
heard
make
about
me
that.
sick, bro. Because I know for a fact there's so much like blood and guts in that, and I was like, yeah, I'll end up throwing up.
Yeah, and considering it's an Amazon Prime show, it's fucked. But on
Not
the
all
topic of
Amazon
Amazon,
Primes are fucked.
I was gonna say on the topic of Amazon Prime shows that are very good, but like also a little fucked. Invincible,
I knew you were gonna say it. I knew it.
so good.
I never
We
even
watched.
understood the premise of it. I'm be honest. I always thought it
No,
was like a superhero comic.
not really.
See, but
I mean,
like
you're
when
kind
I
of
look at
you're
it,
like
that's literally what I thought it was. Because I'm looking
yeah,
at
like
it like from like
first,
that standpoint.
yeah, at first it's like under the show's premise is under the guise of it being a superhero show. That's like the
Yeah.
whole you're led to believe, unless you read the comic, of course. If
Yeah.
you read the comics, then you know. But for a lot of people, myself included, I had no idea.
I don't know.
So I
Every
go
time I
into the
look at Invincible, though, like I see the picture, I be thinking he's the one motherfucker from Green Lantern, the evil one, the like yellow one.
Magneto.
Yeah. Well, that's X-Men. Stupid.
Magneto's Green Lantern's enemy.
Huh? In the
No, I'm
yellow
thinking.
suit?
No, who? Oh my god,
I was about to say
Sinestro.
that's yep. There you
Sinestro.
go.
I don't know why I get those two mixed up. That is the worst two characters to get mixed up. But yeah, it's Sinestro.
Now that I think about it, Doctor Strange and also Green Lantern have something in common. They both have their own figure of Dormammu in it. I'm thinking about the movie with Green Lantern though. The weird like gas motherfuckers.
I never
Looks
seen
like
that
an
movie.
idea of Dormammu. That's ironic. I just thought of that, but I don't know how I feel about the boys being in Call of Duty. I don't think it's bad. I think it's good for like money, but
sure, but otherwise, who gives a fuck?
that's kind of my thought.
Like, I seen the camo. I guess it looks okay. It's red. If you like red, sure. But otherwise, like, I just don't. I don't get it. That's the whole thing. I just don't get it.
Yeah, next thing, Stranger Things is coming back to the game. Yeah,
fucking turning into Fortnite, and not in a good way either. Like, this is like a bad. This is the bad collabs. Fortnite does good collabs. Call of Duty does bad ones. We don't like Call of Duty collabs. We like Fortnite collabs.
No, they've had some W's.
Call of Duty?
Yeah, like collab wise.
The best one that I can think of off the top of my head is the Donnie Dark.
Oh, okay.
No,
I agree.
I was gonna say
Donnie Darko.
Donnie Dark. Yeah, that's like the best one they've had.
They had Ghostface too.
I was gonna say Tim until he did that fuck shit.
What?
Until Nick did the fuck shit, and then Tim died on that hill. Yeah.
I'm not getting into that whole topic because there's gonna be people with pitchforks in my fucking door, but
I think it'll be the same way for me. So
yeah. So looking at that, besides the Nick thing, what Tim did honestly is just like real G, like true friendship. So
I mean, be a good friend, but just such
a
shit hill to die on. You know what I'm saying?
I can see it.
Like, I tip it, but I also am just like, damn.
But that doesn't like. If
I'm not gonna say that I'm gonna like hold that against him as a person.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's a shit guy for standing up for somebody that he calls a friend.
Exactly. And on top of that, I don't think it will diminish, like, if anything, that made his publicity even better because people are like, oh, he's being like a true friend and everything. Now, there's going to be some people that don't know Tim at all. It's like, oh, he's homophobic and all this shit. It's like, bro, you don't even know Tim.
I think Tim is pretty far from it, if I'm being 100%.
But, so I don't know.
Moving on from that, though. Yeah, I don't know. But back to the topic at hand. I think the Donnie Darko collab was the best one. That or the Ghostface one.
Have you ever seen Donnie Darko?
I never seen it.
Oh.
It's got Jake Gyllenhaal in it, right?
Yep. By the way,
I haven't seen it.
The bunny, his name is Frank.
Right.
Yeah. Just that way you know. Yeah.
Have no idea. I have no clue about the movie. I know nothing about
it. It's a great movie. It's very old though.
Isn't it? Didn't it come
I think
out
it's
like
90s, either 80s or 90s. I believe it's in one of those 2 years. Look, bro.
Jake Gyllenhaal's not that old.
I don't know. He was kind of old in the movie. He wasn't like super old, but you can tell he has some age on him.
Movie. He's like our age in the movie, no?
Was he? I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I thought he was like almost 30.
I don't know. So, I don't think the movie's that old, but it looked. I don't know.
It's a great movie. It's definitely. I would definitely recommend it. It's a little. It's kind of like psychological, like fucked.
I'm sure. I mean, with the bunny, and I seen the shit that it did in the game. Yeah, I can only imagine.
Nah, Frank is great, man. Ironically, I wanted a tattoo of Frank for like the longest time. I thought it was so sick.
Is the bunny like an antagonist or what?
No, actually, I can't really say. He's kind of not. He's more so like
anti-hero.
No, he's in like Donnie Darko's thoughts. It's like what makes him go fucking like insane.
Okay.
And then ironically, he ends up meeting because one of his friends ends up wearing like the Frank costume, and he like flips the fuck out and like shoots him in the face. And that's why you end up seeing him without an eye. So that's how Frank ends up losing his eye.
Oh.
Yeah. Like I said, it's
Huh.
kind of like, I think it's considered like a psychological like thriller or some shit. But no, it's a really good movie, man. Definitely would recommend watching it. But I will let you know, it is old, so it's,
It's a little dated, I'm sure.
so you're going to watch it and be like, okay, the fuck.
It'll probably feel a little dated, and I'm not gonna
So,
be shocked by that because
but
I understand that it's a fairly old movie.
actually, when did it come out? Let's see. Uh,
I do want to say it was sometime in the 90s.
oh, actually, not even.
Oh, one.
2001. So
Huh.
just barely the 90s. I'm considering that. Considering it's just barely 90s. I don't care. Get mad at me all you want. It's a 2000 movie. I don't give a fuck. 201. Call it a 19. It's a 90s movie.
Right.
Because it was being made in the fucking 90s.
Yeah, it was being filmed in the 90s, so we can.
But
I kind of want to talk about this next. Call of Duty COD mobile player
yeah.
playing champs from McDonald's. Did you see about that?
No, I have not.
So,
That sounds
so,
terrible though.
so this COD mobile pro got dropped from his team. I want to say like the week of champs, or like maybe the day before, like a
Oh, and
couple
they
days
couldn't get a
before.
replacement?
They dropped him for somebody else. He got picked up by another team, short notice, ends up playing COD Mobile Champs from the McDonald's, and I'm pretty sure he won it, actually.
That's insane.
I'm pretty sure I bookmarked it, and I'm getting better about bookmarking shit for this specific purpose.
That's so sick. Can you imagine like explaining like, oh, you won COD champs, and it's like, oh yeah, I did it from McDonald's.
Yeah, so the name of the COD Mobile Pro, his name is Mago.
Is he a
He
Korean
got
player or a Asian player?
nice Puerto Rican.
Okay.
Um, so he got kicked last second from his team before COD champs for the mobile side. So he played in champs out of a McDonald's with a different team, and then he beat the team that dropped him after ordering some food from the McDonald's. Fucking legendary
What
shit.
do you think his order was? Because it had
It
to make
it was
him be
a
crazy, bro.
it was a double McChicken deluxe is what he ordered.
That was kind of anticlimactic.
Yeah, a little bit. But that honestly, like, still insane. Like,
All I'm saying, you know how
imagine
much money McDonald's probably made from just that one tweet for McChickens.
I don't know how many you ordered. I wonder how many you ordered.
So,
But yeah, I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, yes, we have to talk about this at least briefly, because
every COD player now is before a match is gonna be buying a McChicken.
dude, yes, they're gonna be fucking head casing them in chickens. It's gonna be crazy.
It's like, what do you guys want for timeout? Big chickens.
Right?
No, that's insane though, man. I don't even think like when it comes to actual like COD Mobile doesn't seem very like intensive, like on actually on your phone.
On
So,
tablet though,
I don't know.
crazy.
But I've never actually played COD Mobile. I played it before it was called COD Mobile, but that was when it was COD Online. And that was
Yeah.
like Japan's version of Call of Duty, and that shit was so fun, bro. So
I think it was actually on Chinese servers. No bullshit.
was that? I knew it was like, because I remember trying to like sign up for it and everything was like, it's a pain in the ass, man. You gotta go
dude,
get like a
I'm
QQ login and all this kind of shit, and
Yeah, you had to go through. You had to jump through a lot of hoops.
I gotta
to get into
admit,
COD Online.
the way like just Asian games are set up and everything for when it comes like online games, like holy fuck, it's a process.
But to them, it's like,
Oh yeah, it's second
obviously,
nature. It's fucking
yeah. But
dunzo.
for them, it's like they understand the language. So and also they don't have they have sites that we don't. They have sites that we don't, and we have sites that they don't. You know what I'm
Pornhub.
saying?
Sorry. That's the first thing came to my head, bro. The intrusive thoughts one, man. Intrusive thoughts one.
I'm glad I can't hear you right now.
It's okay. Man, I'm not even gonna lie. They probably actually do have Pornhub.
Why is it the first thing I hear? As soon as I pop my fucking earbuds back in, first thing I
Intrusive
hear,
thoughts, man.
your brain is an odd
Yeah,
place.
it is. It makes zero sense. But
Yeah, no, the Asian games to us make no sense, and I'm pretty sure to some degree, games like over here that are made in the States don't make much sense to them.
yeah, they're also very like it's insane like how mobile game heavy they are, like up there.
That's like all of Asia.
Yeah, I know it's their bread and butter. I was like, holy shit! But there also is people that go to internet cafes and everything and don't play mobile games, or they'll play mobile games, but you know, like fighting game players up there. Holy fuck, dude! I've seen some of their internet cafes. They be having like the games on like actual like the old Street Fighter games like on the actual
On the
fucking
cabinets.
the machines and everything, and I was like, bro, that's insane.
Yeah, that's why, as far as Tekken goes, Tekken and Street
Street
Fighter,
Fighter and Dead or Alive.
no one plays Dead or Alive.
You'll be surprised actually.
Enough
Yeah,
people play it, but not that many,
yeah,
comparatively
like
speaking.
compare, yeah,
Definitely enough people play it though. I
yeah,
would not say it's my kind of fighting game though.
yeah. It's definitely not mine either. It looks pretty though. I will admit, it looks fun.
It
Like when I
looks nice.
watch,
It looks flashy.
yeah,
I feel the same way about King of Fighters. I feel the
mm,
same way about that game. It looks nice. Not for me though.
exactly. But speaking of
But
fighting games,
the Evo player count. I bookmarked this too. The okay, I'm just gonna go down the list. This is from most. The first game I'll mention has the most players, and then the last has the least
I'm assuming Street Fighter 6 is the most.
by a mile.
Yeah, I figured. Street Fighter 6
Um,
right now is so good for like the scene.
okay, so actually, there's 8 games. I'll let you guess
The eight
what order
games?
they're in. There's
Oh,
eight
in
games at
order.
Evo. This in order. Just give me with what order you think they're in.
Okay, what are the games?
So we got Street Fighter 6, Guilty Gear Strive, Tekken, Marvel vs. Capcom,
Hmm.
Dragon Ball Fighters, King of Fighters, Melty Blood, and then MK11.
Okay, so top three automatically gonna be Street Fighter, Tekken, Mortal Kombat. Capcom is probably like replaced with Mortal Kombat because that's just one of those games that it's been around for God knows fuck how long now.
Yeah, it's been around
So
for a hot minute.
yeah, and then so yeah, Marvel
So your top
Capcom
three right now is Street Fighter, Tekken, MK11,
or
and then 3 and 4 is probably your 3 and 4 is between MK11 and
in
Marvel
Marvel.
vs. Capcom.
Yeah,
Okay,
and then you said what are the other games?
Guilty Gear, Dragon Ball Fighters, King of Fighters, and then Melty Blood.
I feel like Melty Blood will be five. Uh, what what are the other ones? Sorry, I'm trying to like
Yeah, Guilty Gear,
Guilty Gear will be next.
Fighters,
Fighters will be
Fighters,
next, and then
KOF.
yeah.
So I'll give you the actual order. Yours was actually not super far off, but it was pretty off. So Street Fighter 6 by far and away
Yeah.
the most registered uh game at Evo this year. 7,000 players,
Jesus.
almost 7,100.
That's insane.
Um Number 2, Guilty Gear.
I'm a little surprised by that, but not that surprised, only
I was gonna
because I
say
know Guilty Gear is pretty popular.
yeah, I was gonna say you shouldn't be that surprised. That has almost 2,500 entrants.
Yeah.
Tekken 7 is number 3. That's got
Okay.
1,600 players, and then Marvel 3, about 1,400 ish.
Hmm.
Fighters,
Yeah, I thought
about
that was
eight.
gonna be a little bit more down the list. I'm not even gonna lie.
A lot of Japanese players, a lot of JP players
Yeah.
play fighters.
Fighters. Yeah.
Then KOF at the devil's number 666. Melty Blood at about 550, and then
Damn.
MK is number 8. It
Yeah.
had about 450 entrants.
People must. Is it the new one or is it 11?
11.
Oh,
Not Mortal Kombat 1 isn't out yet.
that's my problem. Yeah, I thought it was. Yeah, I thought it was Mortal Kombat 1.
If it was MK1, I think it'd
I
be
think it would
like
have been. It would have
four
been
at the very least.
3 or 4. You know. See, that's why I was putting that like so high because I forgot you said 11. Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
surprised with that being that low than it being 11. Because 11, in my opinion, it's not a bad game, but it's to the point now to where it's like everybody's so ready for Mortal Kombat 1 to come
MK1.
out and everything, so nobody's really like playing
I
it
think
that
the
much at a high level.
I think the
I think
the
it'll still be
next
the main 3 though, or like the main like big names, you know. So you have Sonic, Fox, and all them probably playing it up.
it's gonna be Sonic Fox. Yeah, if Perfect Legend didn't get Omega shit on so many years ago, he'd probably still be playing. For anybody that doesn't know what I'm talking about immediately, back when MKX was the main game, I think this was around
Yeah,
2017, somewhere in there.
yeah.
Um,
Kismet did exactly what Sonic did
to scrap.
Scrap. Yeah.
Basically, Sonic Fox and Low Tier God had a bit of, or not Low Tier God. I'm sorry, not Low Tier God. I mean, he would have got shit on too. But him, Sonic Fox, and Perfect Legend had a bit of beef,
And
so
he
they
talked all
decided
this shit on
to.
Twitter.
They were talking. They were talking. He was talking pretty spicy, and I want to say it was. Can't remember if it was CEO or Combo Breaker or.
I think it was CEO.
That's what I
Something is
think.
telling me is CEO.
I'm pretty sure it was CEO. But Perfect Legend and Sonic Fox did a 1st to 10.
Yeah, you got fucking rinsed.
In which, yeah, Perfect Legend got absolutely rinsed 10-0. And then I think can't remember. I watched this video like 5 times. I think, and long story short, Perfect Legend didn't win a game because they did another 3.
I would say I've seen the one where he got 3-0'd.
It was long story short, Perfect Legend 13-0 went down 13-0 to Sonic Fox.
Yeah.
And Sonic Fox won convincingly.
And it was funny because didn't I think Perfect Legend tried dapping him up, and I think Sonic just ran on stage just laughing.
It's probably
if I
because
remember correctly.
he got humiliated.
I can't remember if he did shake his hand or not, but I know Perfect Legend. I know he walked off stage like screaming or some shit, like hella pissed or something like that. And then Sonic Fox went on stage just fucking laughing at him.
I mean, wouldn't you? I would.
Probably. I'm not gonna lie.
Like somebody talking spicy to you,
mad shit like that
for weeks,
just to get fucking
see him on land, and then you 13-0, 13,
hey man, as I
13
say,
to 0.
land
Not a
versus
game.
online's different.
13 to 0.
This ping makes a difference.
You couldn't take a game. Like you couldn't take a game off of him. And not to mention the fact that he ended it with a brutal.
I think that was the most disrespectful thing.
The worst, like the most disrespectful Aaron Black brutal that you could perform. He did that.
Yeah.
And motherfucker was just sitting there with his controller just.
Yeah.
When it ended, I'm just like, yeah, he got it, bro.
Yeah.
He got it.
That one. Oh, Sonic Fox is always crazy. His Melina's annoying though. Every time I watch him play Melina, every time I watch them play Melina, I lose my fucking marbles, man. I'm just like, dude, that's so scummy.
I mean,
but it's Melina, man. It's just the way Melina is played. But it's the same thing when I watch people play
about their alien.
What is it, Kabar? I think his fucking name is. Cable Kabar, whatever the fuck. The motherfucker.
The dude with the
weird hook fucking thing. I hate that fucking character, bro.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, because all he does is just torpedo spin. It's
I feel,
so
or are you
fucking
talking
good.
about Kano?
No, I
You
hate
talking about the
Kano
dude with
too.
this?
I'm talking about the
Okay,
dude with the weird little like hook fucking things. I think his name is like Kabar or some shit.
yeah, I think I know who you're talking about with
He
the
wears a
nasty
mask.
looking teeth.
He wears a mask. Hold on.
Unimportant. Was he in MKX?
No, I don't think so. Wait, yeah, it was.
I'm curious now.
Hold on. Yeah, his name's Cabal. I was right.
Cabal with
Yeah,
a K, right?
yeah,
Oh yeah, okay.
yeah.
Yeah,
I hate that character. That character is actually
I
so annoying.
I don't think he was in MKX. I think he
He
was.
was.
I know he was in. Was he in MKX?
Pretty sure he was MKX.
I know he was in MK9.
I'm like sitting here thinking, like, I'm pretty sure he's in MKX. Let me double
Oh,
check.
he was an NPC in MKX.
He was a what? An NPC, you said?
Yeah,
That's why now I'm thinking he's in it. Because I know in the story, like,
he
you
was there.
went against him. Yeah.
Yeah, he was in MK9 though. That's where I know him from.
Yeah, because he does the fucking, it's just the torpedo shit. But he counters Melina.
Yeah,
So,
but did you see? What was it? I forget which Evo it was. I think it was like the Evo before MK11 came out, and he was playing. I want to say he was playing a player from not. I'm talking about Sonic Fox, by the way.
yeah.
Um,
I know he plays,
and
like, there's like 3 or 4 characters he plays.
Sonic.
It's Sonya, Aaron Black. I can't remember like Jax's wife or friend or whatever.
So the characters I know that Sonic plays or used to play, like in MKX. Sonic played Alien.
Yeah. I've
With
only
Evo
seen
2016.
one of their gameplays though of it.
So the moment that I'm talking about specifically, because um Sonic Fox is most known for their Aaron Black.
Yeah. And
Um,
Melina. But this was before like they were like mainstream famous.
yeah, but he played Cassie Cage.
Yeah.
In the but I'm but I best know. I mean, everyone knows Sonic most for their Aaron Black. Um, I think of Alien.
They play a good Joker too.
Oh my god, their Joker's insane. But like Joke, like I think Joker kind of matches Sonic's like attitude. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
I mean,
But
like, but even 2016, they played against this guy named Tekken Master who's from Qatar or Qatar, however you say it.
ironic, his name is Tekken Master and probably doesn't play Tekken.
I'm sure he used to.
Probably, I would hope so with a name like that. If you've never touched Tekken, you have the name Tekken
That's
Master.
so
I'd be,
ironic, right?
I would be like, what the fuck? Why are you
What's the
playing
purpose
Mortal
of the name,
Kombat?
bro?
You might as well change your name to Mortal Kombat Legend.
That'd be crazy.
But
But yeah, it was this was like the most intense like Mortal Kombat set I ever seen
yeah, because
ever, and
it
best
was
of
going back
both.
to back, wasn't it?
I want to say Tekken Master was in losers, and he ended up resetting the bracket. I think it was like a clean sweep.
Yeah.
I think it was a 3-0 to reset. No, it was a 3-1 to reset. My bad. And the moment that everyone remembers, well, not everyone, but if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Sonic Fox took off their hat, their signature,
Yeah.
and
It went entirely
was
different.
in I was in dis fucking belief because the bracket got reset, and then Sonic went down a game and was like, "Fuck it, the hat's coming off."
Yeah,
And
they really said, hold on, let me remove my power seal.
on God, and then went stupid,
Yeah.
went crazy, and then he ended up swapping to Alien. I think it was game 5. I want to say,
Didn't he
yeah, and then
brutality him? Or
Brutal. I don't think he brutal Tekken Master to win,
I can't
but
remember.
he definitely definitely showed him who's boss.
Oh yeah.
Because Tekken Masters, he had like, because Sonic had no answers for Tekken Masters Kobelcon.
Mm-mm.
So
You know
yeah,
who I
I mean,
wish I wish I could see more like back like at that time and everything? Cyrex. I feel like I barely ever saw Cyrex players.
he was pretty weak,
I
if I
know, but
remember right.
still, I would love to be able to see just a demonic Cyrex player.
But I think it was because I don't think you saw him a lot in MKX because he was so good in MK9.
That's what I'm saying. Like you saw it all the time in MK9, but
But he got nerfed to the fucking dirt in MKX, and then you never saw him.
pretty much, and it made me upset. We didn't see much Kenshi either. Like I saw it like a couple times, but like towards the higher brackets, I don't think you saw him much. I think there's
No,
maybe one player in like higher bracket that played him, but
I think there's probably maybe one player who could pull out a Kenshi if needed in
yeah,
top 8, but you're not gonna see it because
that's
you
insane.
don't you because I don't think
It really sucks though because Kenshi like in MKX in particular only had one good
he had one good variant,
that yeah I couldn't think of the name. So that's what was kind of frustrating,
and
but
even that variant wasn't incredibly strong.
it was pretty good because it added range to him. But
It had range, but I think that the range was the only gimmick to
yeah, it was
that variant. So you could essentially exploit the weaknesses in that variant and then just win. And because Kenshi had no answer to it.
pretty much. So I don't know. Only thing that sucks. I'm excited for MK1 though with the new Kenshi because he actually like base wise whatever the variant was that they gave him for the beta and everything,
Hmm.
he was really good close and had decent long range. And then he had
Yeah,
his like Ronin clone as well, which was insane for combos. Cause I was watching
yeah.
Super play with him and I was like, holy fuck, Kenshi's gonna be good for once.
Damn, I haven't heard it super. I haven't heard that name in a little while.
Yeah, I'd be watching Super all the time, man. He's like
I fuck with,
he's the consistent like fighting games player I watch.
yeah, I fuck with super heavy though. Honestly,
I miss him back in the COD days though, Loki. I would love to be able to see him just smack an absolute fucking banger closer.
just fucking smack out a quad real quick.
Just one day, just a quad head collat, just middle map, just random as fuck. Man,
But I mean, he's doing really well for himself,
he
so you
is.
can't. I can't. I
That's what I'm
can't. I
saying.
can't
Like
disrespect it.
he ended up finding his little niche thing out of COD, and here
And
we
then
are.
it's really realistically, it's not even much of a niche. Like
He
he just
yeah
plays fighting
he
games.
literally just
He doesn't. I think if we could say niche, I kind of use niche like somewhat loosely.
yeah
It's NetherRealm games. It's not necessarily one particular game. It's
yeah
NetherRealm games in general, like Injustice, Mortal Kombat.
yeah.
I mean,
He
even
plays
I
it
think
all.
he
He
plays a
plays
lot. I think
Mortal
he even
Kombat.
plays
He plays
fighters as well.
Fighters. He plays Injustice. He
I think
plays
the only
both
fighting
one and
game
two. I've
I think
never
the
seen him play Tekken.
only that's exactly what I was gonna say. I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm pretty sure he hasn't played Tekken, at least on video.
At least Tekken and Street Fighter, I don't think, because I don't know if he's
I
uploaded
haven't
a
seen
recent
Street
thing.
Fighter on this
Yeah,
channel, but fighters and NetherRealm games
I like the main.
are are the main ones that I see now.
Yeah,
And I can't really call that niche. You know what I'm saying? Because like
yeah,
it's because the audiences for all three of those games, while they're albeit very similar, they're still pretty
very
different.
different.
They're still
Yeah.
pretty different. Like those games appeal to a lot of different crowds.
Oh yeah,
And I think he bridges the gap pretty nicely. Honestly,
he does.
he does well.
Yeah, he made me want to
Um,
play Aaron Black for like so long. Yeah, I'd always watch his Aaron Black. I was like, holy fuck, dude.
I can't lie. You know who made me want to play Aaron Black way back in the day?
How long ago?
Oh god, when did MKX come out?
I don't know, bro. The game's kind of old, low key. I'd be
It
kind of like
is.
surprised how long, because it was like a 5 year game or some shit.
They got supported for quite a long time.
Because he had
2015 came out in
MKX,
April.
he had,
MKX came out in April 2015.
then he had
So,
MKXL.
oh yeah, I remember that. That came with everything, just about.
Yeah.
But no, this is like 2016 ish, 2017 ish.
Is he a YouTuber?
Sure is.
Um, I don't think low tier god even. I don't even know what low
I
tier
don't.
god does. Yeah,
I don't even fucking like low tier. I think he's low tier guy plays Street Fighter.
that's what I thought.
Um, he's a YouTuber that you and I both enjoy quite heavily.
Is he strictly fighting games or
Not even close.
okay? The only other person that I can think that was probably playing at that time, especially Aaron Black, would be like Hollow, because I know he was playing them for like a minute. But
Think like the most think my favorite YouTuber.
I don't even know who your favorite YouTuber is.
It's it's not very hard.
So for me, that's hard because I watch entirely different things. Only other person I'm thinking is like Corey Kenshin. That is literally like
I don't even watch him
that's
like
I
that.
know that's like
I know that's a cardinal sin as a black person that watches that's on the internet is not watching Corey Kenshin. I understand how sacrilegious that is, but no, it's not him.
yeah, no, I'm drawing a blank, bro. I'm like trying to think
Jeff.
of like,
It's Jeff. It was Jeff.
dude, how the fuck did I
That's
actually not think that? Because I know he plays
he played
Aaron
it.
Black. Yeah.
That's exactly
I'm like
why.
sitting here thinking, I'm like, because you're like your favorite YouTuber. I'm like, dude, that's so like, and we just talked about this like literally last episode, which has been a week for me, so it's a little groggy. But I was like, dude, who is someone that me and you both consistently watch, and that also does that? That's like not even close to a fighting game player. And Jeff did not pop in my mind for some reason because I've seen him play UFC and everything. I've watched him, but it's ironic though because I every time I think of Jeff, not only his Call of Duty, but I think of his story games and like shit like that.
Oh, like Little Nightmares and
Yeah,
Until Dawn and shit like that.
so it's like stuff like that is what pops in my head when I think of Jeff. Even though I think he, like not only did he get famous like just because it was like COD and everything, his rage moments, but I feel like UFC also like really brought in like a different audience for him.
I think there's different levels to his like rise in fame,
Yeah.
and he's not even really.
You know what? He needs to be on Before They Were
He's
Famous.
he's famous, but he also like because he's not outside like that. He's not really famous, if that makes sense. Like if you know who he is, you know who he is, and you absolutely adore him. But
Yeah.
if you don't know who he is, you just don't know who he is.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's. I honestly think that's a good thing
I do too. I mean, he'll still
because,
get recognized out in public, but
but it's always in a positive light. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like I can't think of any person that's really had anything bad to say about Jeff, and if there has been, I probably don't fucking I don't fuck with them
They just be
because they're
outlandish
probably
shit.
a shitty person. They're
Yeah.
probably a shit person.
So
To be frank, but I think what initially bolstered his success on YouTube was obviously getting recruited to Phase.
yeah, that definitely helped
Clearly,
him a lot. Yeah.
like that
And then after that, just
was
consistent in everything.
consistency. I think that I mean consistency's
Yeah,
king.
it is.
I think he's the prime example of how far just consistency will take you,
Oh yeah.
which I should take a page out of that book. Neither here nor there, though.
Fair.
But I think the first like thing that bolstered his like gave him a
Yeah,
was
because
getting
he
recruited
shot
to
up from
Phase.
like, because he
He
was
was at like
low subs.
50K. He was at like 50K,
I
and
think he
then he
was
got
lower than
recruited to
that,
Phase.
wasn't he? Dude,
Not
I'm
by
not gonna lie. For
much.
some reason, in my mind, I'm thinking he was like way lower than that. I'm thinking like 15,
Mm-mm.
because
I
then he
think he had like
skyrocketed to like 50.
I think he was.
But I know when he
I
joined
can't.
Phase, he went to like 100K, like
Yeah,
in
pretty
that
much
same
immediately.
week. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he just steadily climbed from like 100 to like
He's at like
200,
3 mil or
300.
some shit now, isn't he? Or some like
Let me fact
insane. I
check.
think it's
Let me
6. He might be 6 million now.
don't make me lie yet. Don't make me lie.
My guess is around 6 mil.
5 we'll say 5.2, 5.19 million.
Okay.
2 billion views on YouTube. Jesus Christ.
It's a lot of views.
And that's dude, that and what's like the most impressive to me is he does like all of it himself
Yeah, and all of his videos do well. Like, there's not videos on his channel that have like,
that are bad.
yeah,
Like that they've actually like objectively done bad.
yeah. So
Even his old stuff for like considering like, oh, he was a bit smaller back then. So like you know, obviously the views are lower
yeah,
proportionately. But then it just like, dude,
you
and I
literally
mean,
see kind of go
obviously
from here to just up here.
it's insane, man. Like
Yeah,
I'm looking at his oldest uploads that are public, I should say.
yeah,
And dude, they're all like a lot of them have just like way more views than, you know, like
yeah.
than you would think.
But it's also
Mostly
insane.
because of
Like,
like how like well publicized they've been. Like the first video that he uploaded, his first upload,
yeah,
that super monotone, like, hey, what's going on, guys? Jev or Jev, so whatever the fuck, and it has like 300K,
I
and then
think
all of his
what's
rage tages have a shitload of
oh yeah,
views as well.
those shits were funny as hell to watch. He was the
Oh
reason
my
why I
god,
wanted to
yes.
start making rage dodges for how much I was raging at that time. So I'm sorry if you had anger issues and you play video games, bro, and you saw Jev like releasing those, it made you like, you
Yeah,
mean to tell me this can like do something
like
for
you
me?
can I can monetize this.
People
I
find
can
this
make money from
funny,
this shit. Yeah,
but
literally.
you know, it's just insane to like think like that's the impact FaZe had like back in that time. Like it,
But
you joined
also,
FaZe at that time, it was life changing. Like actually,
I think in his case, and you can't really say this for a lot of phase members. I think there's only a couple maybe that you can account for. But Jev like transcended phase. Like
yeah,
he is, you
it's
know what
no
I'm saying?
longer like
It's
FaZe
not
Jev,
phase
it's
Jev.
Jev.
That is Jev. That
Yeah,
is like
yeah, pretty much,
and
dude. And I think
I
like that's what's insane too is that he kept longevity like to his name, not just, you know, like not to diss Rug. I think Rug is entertaining in his own right, but you know, when you think of Rug, you don't think Rug, you think FaZe Rug.
phase Rook.
So,
I
but
but I
with
also
Jev, it's
think
just
I would honestly say the reason that Jev has had as much longevity as he has is because he doesn't do what's trendy.
he does whatever he wants to do.
He does what he wants to do. He is basically as authentic as you possibly can be on YouTube without doxing yourself essentially
Yeah.
or, divulging too much of your private life. Um
I need Jev to bring back his cooking show, bro. That shit was so funny to
dude,
watch, dude.
Jev's Cafe was so fucking funny, man. Like, dude, this could just turn into a whole episode about me reminiscing about the times that I would just watch. Like, I would come home from school and I would watch Jeff. I would be coming home from like middle school, 9 years ago, 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
middle
so
school,
insane to like think about that
mid
too,
like
man.
eighth grade. I was in eighth fucking grade. I was like 14 years old. I started watching this, man. I'm 24. I'm gonna be 25. Like, that's insane.
Fucking ancient, Jesus, bro. You're an artifact at this point. God damn.
Yeah, fucking hit that elf bar.
Hell yeah. Hey, you got it right too.
But like literally, I could just go on and just and reminisce, man. Because like,
No, it's so insane to like think about that though, because there's like throughout like growing up and everything, there used to be so many YouTubers that like I'd always watch, and like looking
and
at
like
it now,
looked up
it's
to,
like now I don't watch like any of those, but Jev is still one of those like consistent. I mean, Hollow's there too. I've been watching
yeah,
Hollow pretty consistently for a minute, but Hollow kind of blew up back in like just like BO3 days, because I think he was part of like this team named like Thrust or something. I don't remember, but that's like where Noisy Butters and everything got like her thing, because I think it was Keemstar's team. It's like Thrust or something, and then you had Fatty, you had like Bro Savage, I think his name was, and then Hollow, Noisy Butters, and like a couple other people.
I have no idea who those first two people you said were.
I can't remember his name was Bro Savage or not, but it was something Savage, I believe. So
Shit. I just think of like all like a lot of the YouTubers that I would watch and then like look up to,
yeah,
and then they would turn out, and then something would come up, like come out about them,
how shitty they were or something.
how shitty
Yeah,
of a human being they were, or them doing some fuck shit or
outlandish shit. Yeah,
like type shit, and then the only like the only uh I guess, well, for lack of a better term, shining star out of that bunch of shit, it was Jeff. That was it. Like pretty much like most of the people that watched him way back when, we all basically just grew up with him
yeah, pretty much.
because he was like 18, 19 when he started making videos. I think, well, he was younger when he started making videos, but like
Yeah,
when a lot of people started to watch him, he was around 18,
yeah.
and a lot of us were in fucking like
Middle school children, you know,
middle school and high school maybe,
barely legal,
and
as the browser titles would say.
a little more than barely, but like, and now I mean, we're all grown up. He's pushing 30,
Dude, that's insane. He's married and everything too. Like,
married.
it's
The man
fucking
has a wife.
it's insane to think about, man. It
Like,
really
I
is.
remember him talking about his wife when it was girlfriend. I remember that. I remember when they moved into the first house.
I remember when he didn't have one.
Dude, I still remember the bedroom. That shit was insane. Like,
Mail Dave, him walking out, going, dude,
bro, I still dude, the one of the videos that I wanna watch again for the first time, like, I wish I could go back and just watch it again for the first time, that was the day in the life.
day in the life. Yeah, when he
Yes,
was going to
dude.
school and everything, right?
Mm, you
Who the fuck? There was someone.
Pam,
Yep, that's what it
Pam.
was. Yep,
It was Pam.
that's another person I still watch pretty consistently.
Yes. Pam was another one. I think Pam is kind of like he transcended phase. I think he was
Yeah,
another one of those guys. But it was also like in a different sense. Pam did that
yeah,
in a different sense.
yeah.
Um, but Jev, he did that just by being
Him.
him,
Yeah.
being himself. I think that's like the biggest like testament I can give. Like,
Just anything you
you
take from
know,
this podcast, be yourself.
be yourself. Just be you. Cuz no one is better at being you than you.
Oh
And
god.
whether that's, whatever your personality is, whether you're, loud and outgoing and extroverted, or you're a bit more reserved, soft spoken, introverted, like there's still, if you feel like you can make an impact, you very much can. You just got to find your people, and don't do fuck shit.
Oh god.
Don't do any fuck shit, and you're straight. You know what I'm saying? Like you
But
can, like the impact that just one person like that you can have on anybody. It could be anyone, because I like the way I feel. The reason why I do this whole content creation shit, I don't do it because I want to make money off of it. Obviously, I would love to make a living from it and do it as a primary source of income. I think that'd be sick. I'd love to play video games for a living. Maybe not as much as I would have loved to like 7 years ago, but it'd still be cool. I think it'd still be cool. Um,
that old age getting to you.
no, just my undiagnosed ADHD is catching up to me.
That's fair. That's very fair.
But you know, I do it because I remember the entire reason I started this shit was because of a really bad breakup. And I was like, if I can't feel better, I at least want to help somebody else feel better. Or at least help them forget about whatever's going on in their life for a little bit. Just a little bit. And, for the first good little while, like couple years, I didn't really know if I was like actually like making an impact on people. I obviously was, to at least some degree, but now it's like, I have like there's like people that have told me like straight up like you make like your streams genuinely brighten my day. Like that's all I ever need.
Bro,
Fuck the money. Like so long as there is at least one person that I can help them forget about, their day to day, if it's shitty, or them if they're going through relationship problems, or if they're dealing with something that is outside themselves. They're dealing with shit that they just either can't control or they just don't know how to deal with. If I can either help them get through it or forget about it for just a moment so they can, regain and then, work past it. That's
move
all I'm here for.
forward. You know.
I've done my job. Real
Bro.
shit. I've done my job. Because it's a shame to see like people get into content creation strictly for money purposes.
Yeah,
Strictly because it's a paycheck. Strictly because it's easily like monetized because of how easy you can monetize it these days, which is fair to
yeah,
some degree.
it is. I
But
understand.
like
Like I do, but
it's there's like it kind of sort of waters down the reason a lot of people got into it in the first place. Like, you know what I mean? Actually, yeah, I came up with that off the cuff. That was kind of hard. But like real shit, like, it doesn't have to be some fucking profound reason, to start making fucking videos or whatever. Because a lot of people just do this shit just because they were either hitting a lot of clips, they were finding funny moments with their friends, or it just gave them something to do. They gave them a hobby,
I
you
got
know.
into content creation. Shit, bro. It's I originally started like creating content because of clips and everything because I played Call of Duty heavily. So that's how you got your name out there, like for teams and everything was colleges.
Clips.
And
Hmm.
then I really got into, ironically, Pomage and Jev. And I loved what Jev was doing, so that's what pushed me to start making cut comms like back in the wee old days.
Wield this
So that's how I got into content
shit.
creation. I
Shit.
can't I don't go into the mindset of like when I'm making content, it's like, oh yeah, it's gonna make me money. I've never had that mindset. And the only time I've ever actually had that mindset, it completely like ruined me. Like when it came to like
Yeah,
content creation and everything. So that's the
I
reason why like
think
I don't have
that's.
shit like that.
I think honestly, I think that's like why I've uh I've just had to take a step like back from streaming and stream like way less than I used to
Yeah.
because when I was unemployed and I wasn't making steady income, I was so fucking worried about like where any amount of money was going to come from.
Yeah.
So, I think that kind of like ruined my mindset, which is unfortunate too cuz I really do enjoy streaming, but
It's insane like how much like a mental tax it actually adds like when the minute you start thinking of like I need money, I need this to work. And
yeah,
like
and and not to get like too what was me, but like it's only so much of like my situation I can control,
facts.
but also at the same time, like I can't, you can only blame yourself so much before it becomes unnecessary to beat
Yeah.
yourself up like that. But a certain level of accountability is needed to sort of like take yourself out of the delusions of grandeur to like think like, oh, just because I don't have money and don't have a job, like it'll work. Like, no, it's not the case.
It's sadly it's not that fucking simple.
It's never that simple. Nothing is ever that easy or
Now if all
simple.
of a sudden you just dedicated a lot of time and a lot of money to things to help you, like
Then
let's
it's a different
say,
story.
you're hiring an editor and everything with the last like, I don't know, 10K you saved up or whatever to make you consistent content from your streams and all that, and that pops off, then yeah, it'll
Then
probably
yeah,
work. But
but that's also like, a
it has to
contingency
be
plan that I didn't have, you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
It was basically I could pay somebody to do like to edit this for me with the money I don't have, type shit, and just
Amen.
kind of like pray it works.
Open a credit card, tax write off. You know what I'm saying? That actually
Not
is a
that.
tax write off, case you guys didn't know that.
Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, like I think that's like even like this last like year and a half, bro. Like kind of fucked me. Like it kind of fucked my mentality, which is unfortunate. Like I'm not, and I don't even want to make an excuse for it. Just like how it is.
Just gotta keep it
But
pushing. Sad truth of it, you know.
yeah, yeah, and I mean, shit. I got a full time job now,
Amen.
and it's. I'd say the only unfortunate part of it is like when I come home, like I actually kind of want to like hit the button, but it just doesn't. It doesn't feel the same. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
So that's kind of the. I don't know if it's like a hurdle I need to get over, or if I just need maybe.
I think you just need to find the reasons why, like, that you want to hit the button. Like, what's making
I
you like
think I
not
think I
want
need
to hit
to.
it? You know.
Yeah, I think that's what I need to do is kind of like take inventory on like honestly, full disclosure. Haven't been to therapy in a little while, so I need to get back into that.
But
But honestly, for anyone out there that's thinking about therapy, do it, please. Like if you, especially if you can afford it, do it.
I don't go to therapy, but I'm a very strong believer in
Firm,
therapy for people. If you think you need therapy and you want to take the step.
do it. Absolutely.
If you
And
have the
that's like,
money and you can budget for it and you think it'll actually make you a genuine better person, take therapy. I'm not saying take the pills and everything therapy gives you, but if you genuinely want to actually try to improve yourself and everything, it's a great idea. I
I
have
think,
DJ, he goes through
yeah,
therapy, and my brother, he actually goes through therapy because he deals with a lot of other mental shit, you know? So, and it's been noticeable like impact on them. So, now I will let you guys know if you guys do go through therapy, there is a chance that you will go through like a lot of different like therapists and everything like that to find one for you. But
yeah,
when you find what you
the
need and what you're looking for therapy wise, it'll help you.
yeah, for sure, for sure. Honestly, I would say, like, if you're not so sure, about therapy, if you're kind of like on the fence about it, honestly, go through BetterHelp. No bullshit. Like,
A
that's
little
the
pricey, I will
best
admit that though.
for what it is. It is a little pricey,
Yeah,
but if you don't have insurance, it's actually cheaper.
that makes sense.
So if you don't have insurance or are kind of like on the fence about it, I think BetterHelp is the best first step you can take. Genuinely.
I think it's a good idea. Like if
Either
you're treading waters and you're like I'm not sure, and
if
but
you're
there's
feeling a
something
bit
you need to talk to or something, you know what
yeah,
I'm
if
saying?
you're feeling I'm gonna put a big word out there. If you're feeling trepidatious about therapy and about the implications of it, um, there's I got kind of lucky. Like I myself being a person of color, a black person specifically, mixed race, I wanted somebody that could relate to the things that I've struggled with and sort of deal with, being from the States and being black. So I wanted a black therapist, whether that was a male or female. It was kind of like I would prefer a male, but like there's not a lot of like black men that get into therapy, which is could be like
It makes sense.
it makes
That's
sense
all
because
I'm
like
saying because of the way the world is.
it makes
That's
sense,
yeah.
but it's just like it's just unfortunate is like the best way I can put it. It's just unfortunate. Um,
Also, I genuinely think that also therapy is. I don't mean this in like a sexist way or anything like that, but I
it's
do believe
a
it's a more predominant female.
profession,
Yeah,
100%. Definitely, it's because I think in women in general, I think it's more accepted for them to just talk about their feelings because that's just what they do.
yeah.
They just talk about whatever's on their mind. There's no holdup. They're encouraged from a very young age to just talk about whatever's on their mind, whatever's bothering them, to just let it just talk about it
Let that shit
and be
flow.
let it flow, be open about it. For guys, it's been it's we'll say it's the opposite.
Pussy. Sorry.
and nah, on some shit. Um, and a lot of guys are they're a bit leery when it comes to talking about anything because in many people's cases that I've heard and I've experienced before, like the things that you say to people in confidence can and a lot of times unfortunately does come back and bite you in the ass. So then it you know, makes you second guess who can I really talk to about this or that or another thing. And sometimes it really be your own people. Like it'd be your friends or your family or whomever. They ain't even gotta be like it ain't even gotta be your mom or dad. It can sometimes stem from people's parents. Like them telling, their mom or like unfortunately it's a lot of times their mothers, telling the moms things in confidence and then they turn around and all of a sudden it's the entire family's business now.
Yeah.
And thankfully I can say for my mom, she's as far as I know hasn't done that to me. But for a lot
Yeah.
of like black kids, black men or women in general, like whatever they tell their mom, it ends like whatever is between them and their mom, it ends up between being her,
I would say
them, and
it's
the
no
entire fucking
longer
family.
just their
The entire
business.
fucking family. It's
Yeah.
not just their business. It's not just her business and her mom's business. It's everybody's fucking business.
Oh god.
And that's why there's a lot of things that I don't tell a lot of people in my family because it ends up being, same situation. It ends up being everybody's business. And I'm just like, I don't need that.
But
So for that reason, I just you just stop telling people things because of the track record that if I tell them this, then everybody's gonna know. And you know, there's a big reason like not like a lot of people did not know I had a girlfriend for a long time. But then I'll see that, but like I would have been like we were dating for however many months, handful of months. I see somebody like randomly that I don't talk to really at all, and they're like, "Hey, how's your girlfriend?" Excuse me? You shouldn't know that. Why do you know that? And they'd be like, "Oh yeah, so and so told me." Oh, wonderful.
great.
Great.
Uh
So
I would like to start off
so
by saying this is a paid promotion by BetterHelp. I'm completely bullshitting.
Oh, wouldn't that be crazy? Yo, better help sponsor us, please.
Honestly. Yeah, it would not be bad. Especially for two traumatized kids that deal with a lot of shit. It'd be great.
Hey,
But
I have an account. Search me. I'll give you the info. You can confirm.
but
Go sponsorship. But no, in all seriousness though, like therapy, I can't. I on it. I think the more effort that you put into
bettering
bettering
yourself.
yourself,
No,
the more that you'll get out of it. 1,000%. I haven't
10,000%.
put in the most effort, but even with the minimal effort that I've honestly put in, which I am not the most proud of, to be fair. But even with, I mean, just if you can afford sessions every week, do it. I'm gonna tell you straight up, do it. If you can afford it, do it.
And of course,
Um,
if you prefer to be able to see like an actual person in person, what?
an
You
actual
prefer to
therapist
see
in
an actual
person,
therapist in person.
then there's like there are websites that exist like in your area that you can search and look for a therapist in your area. I'll be honest with you, it takes longer to like I would say that process is more annoying just than BetterHelp. I'm being like 1,000%
No, that's
because
completely understandable. But
it
I
is.
know some people, you know, I have plenty of friends and family that have gone to actual therapists and everything and need that kind of therapist. So if you guys do
Yeah.
also prefer that, it is just a phenomenal option.
I will say though, BetterHelp, like this is turning into an ad for BetterHelp, but that's fine because it's a good I think it's a
It
good
is.
platform.
When I like looked at it and everything like that, I
I think
like the
it's
way it went about it.
yeah. So there you can do like if you're not a fan of talking, if you're not like if you can't really verbally like verbalize your thoughts and emotions, you can just have little. little text session, and just talk shit out.
Yeah.
If you're uncomfortable with face to face, you can do voice calls from your computer, from your phone, and it's great. Or if you're so inclined, if you want to like if you want it to feel a little more authentic, then you can do the video calls. I think all three are great options. I personally do the voice calls because I feel a little uncomfortable on camera, like in that like light, but I can more I speak with a little more like emotion that I can't really convey over a text.
Yeah.
So I just prefer talking like through a voice call because I know because you it's really hard to you know convey certain emotions through a text message, and unless somebody really knows you, they can't interpret that accurately.
Yeah. Ironically,
So
that's like like a lot of problems that I have now. Like when I talk to some people, like when I like through text, because I don't know like how they're meaning to like speak something, so I take it like an entirely different way.
I
So
thought you
like,
were gonna say the other way around because like yeah, because it's like that sometimes.
yeah, you'll read a text and you're like, what the fuck?
Like fuck that I did this guy,
Exactly. So
but
invest in therapy. Better yourself.
invest in therapy, and in short, you're investing in yourself, and that's the best thing you can possibly do for yourself is to do that. So
Because you
I don't
better
think
yourself, you better your life.
I don't think I can recommend therapy any higher than 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 just if you're thinking about it, just take the leap.
Yeah,
Like if you're
pretty much.
feeling, trepidatious or any other synonym, just just take the leap. And then if the first therapist that they match you with doesn't work out, there's always more. And I'm gonna guarantee you that the therapist that you got matched with that you're not vibing with, I guarantee you they will not take it personal because they understand it's all part of the job. And everybody thinks and reacts to certain things differently than other people, and it's the same both ways, you know what I'm saying? So, I all I can say is I got lucky with the therapist that I got matched up with, you know, it's a you know, I'm gonna say she's like the stereotypical, like, in the best way possible, stereotypical black auntie. She is not gonna bullshit you. She's gonna keep it 100 with you. And she gonna like it's one of those people like if you're wrong, they're gonna tell you straight up. They're not gonna sugarcoat it. They're not gonna bullshit you. They're gonna let you know that you were wrong in that scenario and that you need to tighten up.
Accountability, you know what I'm saying?
So yeah, man, we got real, and I don't mind that.
I don't either. I enjoy talking about stuff like that. I really do.
It's important.
Because
It's important to talk about,
that's what I'm
honestly.
saying. I feel like this is a good plug. Check out Dream Clothing, man. Mental health clothing. They donate 10% of their gross sales to mental health. So if you guys want to wear really comfortable clothing and stylish clothing, definitely check out Dream Clothing.
Use his link.
I am partnered with them. So sorry. That
Also, another plug. Better days ahead.
great plug.
Shout out Better Days Ahead.
They're also coming out with a new thing, I believe, coming up. Actually, no, I'm tripping. I'm thinking of methods. A statement of.
I didn't know he came out with.
Oh, he's coming
Oh,
out with it. They did a collab together.
didn't he?
Yeah.
Shit.
He's coming out with a statement of piece.
I'm not gonna lie, I forgot that Better Days Ahead was
That's
Bose's company. I forgot Loki.
Better Days Ahead is
That's Money Biscuit.
Better Days Ahead? No. Rich and Lonely is Meta Biscuits.
Oh, that's right. Fuck.
That's
Wait, is Better Days Ahead
Better
is
Days
Zinnies
is
then, right?
no, I believe
That's
Better Days Ahead. It's either Better Days Ahead is Zinnies or what's this dude? Holy fuck.
am I s-
Attach.
No, it's
I
not
think a statement of is attached.
that would make sense.
I think so. I can't remember though because I know one of them. made a video talking about it, and basically like a statement of is like the whole movement behind it is basically like you making a statement of whatever it is that you like love to do.
That is attached.
It is
A statement of is
okay.
attached.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. But
Better
it
days
is
ahead
is
is
Zinnies.
Zinni. That's
Yeah.
Zinni. Dude, you had me tweaking for a second. I'm not gonna
You had
lie.
me tweaking when you said Embo's brand. I was like, bro, that's Rich and Lonely. I know that for a fact.
But also, like, yo, shout out Rich and Lonely and Better Days Ahead. That collab was fire.
It was. It was. But yeah, man. Speaking of old COD legends,
Hmm?
we have old Gen COD deciding to make a comeback.
Yes. Microsoft decided to fix the servers on old gen COD. So there has been a resurgence, and I'm here for it. I'm here for all of it.
Yeah, Black Ops 1, I saw there was over 100K players online.
Dude, Black Ops 1, MW2,
And 3.
MW3, my GOAT COD MW3,
It's pretty
my
insane.
my first love. Oh,
Love for the game, yeah, same player.
that was my I, all I can say is that was my first love, and I will never. I've been like just spending the like all this time just like
Debating on buying an
try,
Xbox.
no, just trying to like find like literally. I just want to feel the way that I felt when I was playing that game.
Yeah. It's so hard to like regain that feeling.
You
At
know,
least with
bro.
like now, like with it's the same thing with like Destiny, man. It's the reason why I always go back to Destiny and everything because I
That's
want
a because
to relive that feeling I had when I first played Destiny 1 for so many years.
that's dude. I can never fully just stop playing the game, bro.
I
No matter
I
what I do, no matter
I
what I
I can't
do,
either. I'll
I
always
always
end up
come
coming back.
back.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, this makes me a little upset. This is gonna be me, like, this is gonna be a little salt. There's gonna be a little salt and a little projection coming out here, so just don't take this personally. But I talk so much shit on the game. It's not even like that I talk shit. I'm just like airing out my grievances for the things that they do wrong, which is justified. Am I incorrect here?
Don't think so because let's be honest. If you play a game, you have a passion and love for the game, and it's going downhill, you're gonna talk about it.
And there people like take me airing out my grievances and me like just talking kind of spicy about it because like I give a shit. I care.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to see it fail. I don't want to see it fucking die. Like I don't really I don't know. I'm not sure how I can say it to make it come across as me just like what I'm saying is like I actually give a shit, but like and I guess it doesn't really matter what other people feel. Like I know that
Yeah.
where I'm coming from at least, it's because I care. If I didn't talk about it, then like
It's a dead game to you.
exactly. Like
Yeah.
if I didn't talk about it in the way that I did, why would you think that I hated the game? Because it's very clear that like, if I talk about it in the way in the fashion that I do, like I wouldn't talk about something like that if I actually just didn't care about it. If I didn't care, then I wouldn't talk about it.
Facts. But
And it's unfortunate, man, because like, you know, I as much as I just want to tell everybody that plays the game, just stop. Because then they'll actually fix shit. They'll realize that, oh, we've been doing things wrong for a long time. And then like, but people will just take that as like, oh, you're just salty because you're bad. You're just salty because
you're
you
just a
play Apex
cringe
or
PvP
Valorant
player.
or whatever the fuck. I'm just like, and
Yeah.
doesn't fucking matter what I am. I'm just saying what is, and Destiny is becoming a shit game. Destiny is doing so many fucking things wrong. It's not even funny. Destiny is dying and will die if they keep
If it
doing the
keeps on the
shit that
same
they're
path.
doing.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, bro, the game's been going into the fucking toilet for God knows how long,
Agreed.
and the game is so close to being flushed and even funny.
Shout out Flushed Away. Good movie. But no, it's completely understandable. There's so much like
That just checked me. What the fuck? It just checked me, bro. Oh my god.
I'd be searching like all the time. That's the reason why I've kind of been like I'm playing back to Assassin's Creed. Because like
I'm envious. You got fucking more water.
yeah, every time I start recording this podcast, I always grab 2 bottles of water for.
I should have done that for real.
But yeah, no. So I always be trying to like search for that like childhood joy that I get from dedicating like so much time in my life into. And
Yeah.
Destiny's like kind of like one of those games, and that's the reason why like it'll never die for me. Like,
Yeah.
but there's not a part of me that's like wanting to keep playing the game. Now there are times like when all the homies and everything are playing, that like I miss that joy of like playing with everybody and grinding and in hopes that you get the drop that you want, or you know.
That's bro.
That's to
That
be
shit,
fair though, that's what Destiny is for me now though. Like,
yeah, just
because I
playing with the
used to
homies.
play like back in the day, like Destiny 1, I didn't really like have too many people to play with. I always played solo. But then there'll be times where I'll actually like have people, like when I first started playing Destiny, like when Crota and everything came out, I always had a team to play. Always. Every day, didn't matter. But I was also, I mean, the homies were always streaming like carries and everything for Crota, so hard mode carries and everything like that back in that time. So always had at least a solid group of people to be able to play. Even if it was their first time or not, that's how it all started for me. And then, you know, I was 13, 14 at this time. So, you know, these guys were grown adults in their like 30s, you know, have families and everything. So they had other shit to do. So it got to a point where I was kind of like always solo queuing. And then ironically,
and D2 came out.
D2 came out, and then I didn't have a PC at the time. So I was playing on console. And then as soon as I got my new PC, Forsaken was coming out, but it wasn't coming out on PC yet until Steam. Because that's when they're transferring.
No, it was on BNet.
Yeah, no, not Forsaken yet. It wasn't there yet.
No,
it was transferring over to it. Because I wasn't allowed to buy it.
You had to buy it on Battle.net.
I tried. You weren't able to buy the game at all. Like, this is when they were transferred. This is when, like, cross-saving shows
Shadowkeep. Shadowkeep.
Was that Shadowkeep?
Yes.
Oh, well, then, yeah. So.
I remember, like, because, I was sort of kind of in the same boat. Well, not in a different boat than you, but in a similar scenario. I was playing on console.
Yeah.
And then I think I bought Forsaken on console. And then I got the PC that I still have to this day. The same one I got in 2019, I have now. And I bought the first game that I got was Forsaken. Or that's like one of the first games I got was Destiny. And then should I buy anything on Steam? I can't remember.
So and I played Destiny 2 beta on PC, ironically. So my PC shit the bed. But I ended up joining Will's community. You know, in case guys don't know, Will JW, really good friend of ours.
Shout out Will JW.
And I ended up like regaining like that the actual like companionship like of what Destiny is like as a whole.
The camaraderie.
Yeah. So and that's like what really got me back into like Destiny, like wanting to play all the time.
Yeah, that was like when I first started playing PC, it was like the reason I think I've told you this before. I can't remember though exactly. But the main reason why I got a PC, I actually kind of like sort of bribed my mom and didn't bribe her, but I kind of told her it was for schoolwork.
Did do a lick of fucking schoolwork on it.
Bro, I didn't do a goddamn thing.
Yeah. I figured that much.
Plus my major had nothing to do with tech. Well, it was IT, but it was
had nothing to do with it. Yeah.
I wasn't in comp sci. I wasn't in fucking networking. I didn't give a shit about that. If it was like networking or coding or some shit or like comp sci,
you would have needed a PC. You can't do that shit on a laptop.
Oh
You
no, no,
can,
no.
but you know,
You
not
need a good
efficiently.
one. You need a damn good laptop to do
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like honestly, the whole reason why I got a PC was to stream and play Rocket League with way more FPS.
Aspiring Rocket League Pro.
I wanted to be one
I
back
know.
back in that
That's
time.
your Discord bio.
No, that was no
G something.
FGC is fighting games.
I knew that. Totally. Too bad you
Well, if
barely
you
play
don't know now,
fucking
you
fighting
know.
games.
Yeah, I don't play. I'd still love to be an FGC player. That'd be cool as fuck. But I just don't play fighting games like that.
I'm
Something will fucking light a
go
fire.
back to what we talked about like a couple podcasts ago. I'm just too fucking old at this point to be pro in games. Unless
No,
it's
you're not.
something
You're
like
not too old.
I'm
I'm getting
23,
there.
bro. I'm getting to that point, bro. I'm basically, bro. I'm like right below you. You're an artifact. What does that make me? I'm
I'm
a fossil.
24, dickhead.
You're an
I'm
artifact. I'm a
24.
fossil, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like artifacts are way older than fossils.
What am I, petrified wood? That's insane.
I don't know,
That's
bro.
insane. That's fucked.
Cool thing is though, you're
But
worth a lot of money, so hey, it works out. You know.
where's the money at?
Fuck if I know, bro.
I'm trying to see that shit.
But
Where's the money at? I'm trying to see that shit. But no, in all seriousness though, like, yeah, I got a PC. Like, I was playing a fuckload of Rocket League at the time. I was streaming a fuckload of Rocket League. Like, I put in, God, I want to say like 1,500 hours in, like, I think I put the 2K, like 2,000 of the 2.7 thousand hours of almost 3K hours of the game that I've got. Were between 2019 and like the end of 2020, 2021.
you don't
I
see
put
that
in
as a red flag or anything, because that sounds you know,
I
3K
I
hours on
think I,
Rocket League sounds like
I
a red
think
flag to me.
in fairness, I've played like less than 1,000 in the last 2 years.
I know. You don't play it
So,
much. You kind of only play it like when you're really bored on stream.
well, you know where the rest of that fucking time went? Destiny. I have 2,500 hours in fucking Destiny on Steam.
I think I have around the same amount, to be honest.
So, between like the release of Shadowkeep, but honestly, most of that time, I'd say like about half of that was Beyond Light. That's like
Mine
half of that
was
time.
Shadow Keeping Beyond Light for sure. But yeah, so that's what made me like stick
Not
with
not
Destiny
Beyond
so long.
Light. Witch Queen.
Witch Queen.
Witch Queen was where I got most of my time.
Yeah, and then end up getting into Apex, man, and then yeah, here we are. But speaking of Apex,
oh my god, what?
got a lot of old retired folks coming to Apex.
That's a damn good good segue. I'll tip that. Good segue. Yes. I got some retired COD pros playing Apex. Most notably so Scumper Jumper.
You have Octane and Methods in there too.
Yeah, yeah.
Did you see Methods wrote a diss track to Scump about Apex?
I seen it. I didn't listen to it.
It was funny. Shit was great.
Was it funny?
I would definitely listen to that on repeat.
I'll have to give it a listen. But I'm not gonna lie.
I feel like Apex is like the
a
retirement game now, though. I'm not gonna lie.
This is a long shot, and I genuinely doubt that this would happen. But now I'm gonna ask your opinion on this.
Oh.
Do you think Scump could?
No.
You don't think so?
I do not think he'll be able to go pro. No.
Think he could? Okay. Now I'll take it. I'll run it. I'll kind of like I'll backtrack it a little bit. Do you think he could get like top 50 pred?
Yes. If he puts the time in and actually grinds it heavily, I believe he can be a top player. Maybe not top 50, but
What do you think he could peak at?
Around 100.
Okay.
So,
What'd you say, like absolute peak? If you had to put a number on it, absolute peak.
Probably like barely 50. I'd say somewhere in like the low 60s.
Somewhere between like 65 and 50, 55, 65 and 55, you'd say?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, But that's if like he really, really took time and
Put the
dedicated
hashtag
to the
time in.
game. Yeah. But competitive compared to ranked in Apex is so entirely different.
Yeah,
Do I
that's
believe
true.
that he'll be able to compete in it if you put the time in like actually for like high level? Possibly. But I'll say no just because like there's been so many people that have tried. Like Nick Merckx is a great example. Like he plays at a high level and he understands the game, but he is not at the level that you need to be able to play consistent and win.
But Nick Merckx isn't that. I'm just fucking with you. He was pretty good at Apex.
He's
I could just.
demonic in Gears. You ever
Yeah,
seen
that
any of
was
his Gears highlights? Dude.
probably
Yeah.
not. But I mean, if I had to guess what they would look like, I've seen some.
His wagers are
Gro-
funny as fuck.
I've seen some gross Gears players, so I can imagine
Yeah.
that
I'll
his
watch
highlights
Gears of
would
War,
look.
bro, and I'll be like, damn, bro, that makes me want to play Gears.
It
I've
does not
barely
make
touched
it.
Gears.
It does not give me that same feeling. I'm just like, that's fucking impressive.
Ironically, I have a few Gears players that follow me on TikTok. I'd be watching their highlights and shit. Motherfuckers be bouncing this shit off walls like fucking the little like mantle to the
Yeah.
wall or whatever. I'm like, dude, holy fuck.
Yeah.
But I can't play the game.
Gears players are just built diff.
Yeah, but
Them dudes talk hella shit.
they do. But I don't think he'll be able to. I can't say that he can't go pro. I believe that he could go pro, but at a low level.
Okay, because I'm like,
Like the only way he'd be going pro is like, let's say he plays for like Nick Merck's team, or plays for like a lower end team that like brings him in. Because
yeah,
like I'm gonna reference my homie Boom here. Boom is a insane player.
yeah,
From understanding the game to mechanics for a controller player in
he's
a
good.
pro
He's
level,
really good.
he is fucking insane. And he's not even at pro level. He competes at pro level and plays with pros and has gotten his flowers from said pros, but
He
he's
just
still
ain't
not
quite there yet.
he's not in that league yet. Do I believe as soon as he gets that chance to be in that league, he'll fucking make a run for his money? Absolutely. But he also has, I think I have like 1.5k hours in Apex. He
He's
has
like
like
6.
he has triple mine.
He has.
Like he
Does he have
has
like 4K?
no, he has like almost 6 or 7, I think.
Okay.
He has a lot of time put in that game, and he's been
Oh yeah.
playing it like, and this is not only just like his PC time. He's also been playing
On
it on
console.
console. So, and he's still not pro. So if Scump was willing to do that dedication, sure, I can see it. But at his age and everything, I just don't see him wanting to do that. So
the only counter argument that I can give, and this isn't really so much of an argument, it's more just like he's I mean, Nick Merckx is only a couple years older than Scump is. He's like 32, 33, something like that.
didn't Scump just turn 30? Actually, I
He's
don't think he's
28.
30. Yeah.
He's not 30 yet.
I think he's turning 29, right? This
20.
year? Or
He
did he
just
already
turned
turn
28.
28?
I
I
think
couldn't
he just
remember.
turned 28.
Yeah. But
Regardless of that, he isn't 30 yet. He doesn't have kids. Yet.
of course.
I think he'll have
It's yeah, he's talked about it.
I think he'll have a child at some point, and I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised. But aside from all of that, he if he felt I'll say this, if he felt like it, if he absolutely wanted to, just to give him a little something to do, and
I feel like you would enter tournaments,
oh, for sure, for sure.
you know.
Um,
But I
but
don't think it'll be consistent because if the new COD comes out.
yeah,
So
because that's his
that's his
first
bread and
love.
butter. Like,
That's his bread and butter. That is the thing that he will always go back to, no matter what.
exactly.
No
And
matter
he
what
can't leave the watch party.
happens. Oh no,
If he leaves the
no.
watch party, I'm throwing my
COD's
hands.
toast. Call of Duty is toast.
Oh, yeah.
If he does that.
Yeah.
So I think eh, to make it a bit to make it concise, I think he could if he absolutely felt like it. But if he essentially, I can't say abandons Call of Duty, but if he takes a necessary step away from it, we'll
Yeah.
say, then I could see it. But
Yeah.
I don't see him not doing the watch parties.
So I'm saying I don't see him taking
Because
taking the leap to get back into competing and having to deal with the schedule and everything that he had before. But you know, so I just don't see him doing it. I can see him entering tournaments and everything, simple little cash cups and stuff, because they did it with this Scump and Nick Merck's like UFC thing they had. So,
damn,
but
dog.
otherwise, I don't see him going pro.
Yeah, it'd be cool though.
Speaking of
All I
pros,
can
though,
say it's cool. I'd say it would be cool.
speaking of pros, has to be a pro skater releasing a documentary that I'm very excited for.
Yeah, is Ryan okay? So let me ask you this: Is Ryan Sheckler your favorite pro skater?
No, but he is definitely up there.
Who is your favorite?
Jamie Foy and Boo Johnson.
Huh.
Yeah, those are my two favorite skaters. And ironically, the reason why I fell in love with Boo
They're
Johnson
both
because I love. Go ahead.
they're both street skaters, no?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Uh,
I'm like, those two sound like street skaters.
there. I fell in love with Boo Johnson because of his just energy, his vibe, the way he skates, his energy and everything is just he's a genuine like great person and has great energy. So he's just great to watch. So and talk to on top of that. And I actually fell in love with Jamie Foy because now he's not a relatively new skater, but at the time when I first learned about him, he was relatively new. He was actually a bigger guy at the time. He was a more like heavier set guy, not like super big, but when you look at some pro skaters, they're very
They're like rail thin.
yeah, but very fit and everything. Well, he's actually a lot bigger than most normal like pro skaters. And I'm telling him, he's throwing himself down like 15 sets, like hitting a rail. Like, and I'm talking like he's pushing
Damn.
like 250. Like at that time,
Shout out,
he was around like 200 something. He's like 230 or something, I think.
shout out Jamie Foy.
Like, and I just fell in love with that because as someone that was like going through weight gain and everything, it was really sick to watch like someone that wasn't necessarily as like fit as like all these other people doing some insane shit. And he's an insane skater, bro. But so I'm very excited for the Ryan Sheckler documentary because it actually has a lot of different pro skaters going over talking about like his come up into the skate scene and the things that he's battled with tricks and other things in his life, especially if you guys do not know. Ryan Sheckler got a lot of hate when he was younger because he actually was becoming like a celebrity, not only just for skating, but outside of skating. And it brought different light to it. And a lot of people did not like that.
Well, yeah,
But I
because this was
think,
like
yeah, this is,
it was like the 2010s, or it
yeah,
was very early 2010s, late 2000s
yeah,
that he was coming out, and he was literally a kid. He
yeah.
was like 13, 14 at the time, maybe even 15.
Growing up, turning around 18 and stuff, he's doing movies and everything.
He was doing a lot of different shit, bringing a lot of different eyes to the world of skateboarding that
Yeah,
a lot of the, we'll say, the purists or the old heads, however you want to say it, didn't want, because when the old heads were coming up, they were looked down upon. They didn't see skating as a positive thing. They saw it as a bunch of druggies and drunks. And to a certain degree, it kind of was, but for them, it was an outlet, and it was a sense of community, a sense of belongings to something. So I see that.
yeah. Ironically, do you know how skateboarding started?
Wasn't it a bunch of surfers
Yeah,
that were bored?
and not even bored. It was a bunch of surfers that couldn't really surf because of just waves not being in season or whatever it may be. So they wanted to find a way to where they can still surf, but on the streets, and that's what built skateboarding. And it was ironic because the way they built the boards were fucking terrible. And
Oh,
now
sure.
there's actually companies now that make like skateboards that are meant for like surfers, because the trucks are on like a normal axle, like in the front, like how a normal truck is. It's opened, so it's like you're taking an actual like wave. And I think it's called like a curve board or something.
Yeah,
So
that
the
sounds
board like
insane.
moves and everything its own way. Yeah, it's pretty sick. So little
Shit.
fun fact. But yeah, I'm very
I'm
excited for this
ex-
documentary.
I'm interested to see who's all going to be in it because, like, I know for a fact that Nigel Houston's going to be in there somewhere.
Would not surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise me one bit.
Speaking of Najee
Because
Houston, the way, holy fuck, the come up that he had and the like what he's brought to skateboarding as well, and the way he skates is
meteoric,
insane.
he had
Like
a meteoric rise to stardom,
so,
and
but
he also brought a lot of different eyes to skateboarding because of what he was doing at such a young age.
yeah, he was. I think he was 14, 13. His parents told him not to go to school, keep skateboarding. They took him out of school so he can keep skating, and
Fuck it.
then ended up getting sponsored by Element, and he's been on Element ever since. And I'm not even gonna bullshit you. Every time I watch this dude skate, bro, it's so proper, and I'm like, how the fuck, bro? And like, I swear to God, I'd be watching his videos of like him going out to spots skating, and I'll see him fall, and I was like, holy fuck, he actually does do that.
Like, he's human.
Yeah, dead ass,
No,
bro,
literally
because
though,
he is so, bro.
it's almost like robotic how he
Yeah,
skates.
and the way like the shit he skates too. His favorite things is kink rails. He loves kink rails. I will never touch a kink rail in my life because those shit scare the fuck out of me. Those are the ones that like start at one, they dip and then go to another rail. That's the
Oh,
kink rail, and he
okay.
loves skating those. So there's a lot of transitioning like in it, and the shit he does on it, bro. I'm just like, how in the fuck does any sane person want to do that? And he'll land like the sickest shit and go for like so fucking long on the rail. He'll basically do the whole rail and he'll like flip out or some shit. And I'm like, bro, he lands it super clean. If he doesn't land it super clean, he redoes it. And he's like, you know what? And he'll lands it fucking proper as shit. And I was like, how in the fuck? Didn't
Yeah,
eat shit or nothing, just throws it and just does it. I'm like, okay.
and then fucking pounds it. And was like, okay.
Yeah, man. So, but yeah, there's a lot of actually really big names in the documentary. From the quick little preview that I got from TikTok. If you guys are interested, it is coming out on the 27th of this month. Red Bull's releasing it. It's an hour long.
On their
So,
YouTube channel or
I don't know. I've seen it on their website as well. So, but yeah,
shit.
it's called Rolling Away, and it looks insane. And it's just his whole like life talking about skating and all the shit he went through and all that. And there's a lot of people that also talk about like his brought up like in skateboarding and like what they thought about, what he was bringing to the actual like scene of skateboarding at that time. So yeah, I don't know. But Ryan Sheckler is very similar. Like when it comes to like the startup of how it was, like always bringing extra light onto it. It was the same with like Rodney Mullen and all them, because nobody like thought of that kind of style of skateboarding at all. And Rodney
Yeah,
Mullen
like
was doing some insane shit.
talking about like freestyle and shit.
Yeah, I believe.
Yeah,
I think it was it Rodney Mullen that invented the kickflip. I think it was him that gave the name kickflip.
probably. I
So
wouldn't be surprised if I'm being 100%.
I think it was him. I'm not 100% confident in that answer, but
Hey, you got to fact check it. I respect it.
yeah, I can't remember. Did Rodney Mullen invented skateboarding? Yeah.
It was indeed Rodney Mullen.
Yeah, he did invent the kickflip, so I was correct on that. I couldn't remember. It's been a minute, but yeah. So, and he was just doing some insane shit. He had the dark slide he was doing at that time, which nobody
Hmm.
fucking does anymore because that shit is insane. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I think honestly, shit. On the topic of skateboarding, sort of unrelated to Rodney Mullen, but something that I think more people should like have eyes on is Battle at the Barracks.
agreed. That
Uh,
shit's
I
so,
fucking
yeah,
I love Battle at the Barracks. Um, all it realistically for anyone that doesn't know what Battle at the Barracks is, it's essentially
a
a
game of
game of
skate.
horse.
No.
The game of skate, horse, same thing.
Yeah,
The
sorry,
way
I
that
forgot. If you guys don't know skateboarding,
if you don't know skateboarding, it's like a game of horse.
same exact kind of concept. You do the
Same
same
ex
thing as the other person, and if you don't,
same
you
ex
get a letter.
yeah, same exact concept. They don't flip a coin, they actually play rock, paper, scissors,
Rochambeau.
or
Yeah.
Rochambeau.
No.
Um, Whoever wins it, they're on offense. So they set the trick, and you set the trick. You land it. The other person who's on defense has to match it. If they match it, you keep going like that.
No.
And if they miss, they get a letter. If you but if you miss the next trick, then you're on defense. And then it's the same concept as horse. Whoever spells skate first loses.
No.
And on the last letter, I don't know how recent this rule is, but on the last letter, at least at Battle at the Barracks,
You
you
get
get
two.
2 tries. You get 2
Yep.
tries.
That's how it's always
And there's
been.
a
At least for
and there's a
skateways.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and then there's a referee.
Yeah.
That's more for the Barracks. But
Actually,
it's
ironically, a lot of people, like, if you actually play skate and like you actually skate, a lot of the times if you're in groups of people, you'll actually have one of your friends like call it.
like
Yeah. But it's
they'll be
ironic
like
though, because the way the rules of skate are, it's so, like, I consider like so different compared to like a lot of things. And the only reason being
horse.
because in skate you don't only have to do Rochambeau. There's so many different like ways to do it. Like the way me and my buddies used to do it, we would flip our skateboard, and if our skateboard landed wheels up like normal, then that person sets the trick first. But if you guys end up like one lands on the actual like grip tape or whatever it'll be, then yeah.
Like grip tape up.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you
Alright.
land grip tape like facing the sky, then you go first. But if no one ends up getting that, then you redo it and just keep doing that.
Okay.
So, and that's how we used to do it. And then when it comes to skate, if you are setting the trick, you have to land proper.
Clean.
If you land it
Clean.
sketchy,
Redo.
yeah.
Depends on it. Well, it also depends on the person though.
Sketchy, by the way, if you guys don't mean, sketchy basically means
drags.
it's like you didn't land it like super clean. You know, you wobbled or your foot came off, something like that. So it wasn't done clean.
It wasn't clean.
Yeah.
If you don't stomp it, like if your board lands at a weird angle, your heels are damn near off the skateboard.
So
Redo. Depends on who it is. Redo
or next person goes. Yeah.
yeah.
But and
But I think
then if you're setting the trick, or sorry, if you're doing the trick, it actually doesn't have to be proper. It can be sketch
it
as
can be a little
long as
sketchy.
if it's not like, if your foot doesn't come off the board or anything, but you still land it and you have a tad bit of toe drag, depending on the trick, you'll have to redo it if you toe drag. But most of the time, if you at least land it and stay on the board, you're good.
Defense is a little more lenient though.
Yeah. So, and that's the only time. And then you always end up doing the trick twice if you miss it and you're on E. So,
But
but
yeah, I just think the concept of like skate is so cool because there's just so much shit you can do.
yeah.
Honestly, if anyone watching this podcast right now and is interested in what we're talking about and Battle at the Barracks, just look up Paul Rodriguez, BATB. That stands for Battle at
ATB.
the Barracks.
Yeah.
The match between P Rod and Nigel Houston was insane.
Because, dude, P Rod's switch flips are so nice.
Dude, he's so clean. There's a because I had that little phase where all I was doing was watching Battle at the Barracks in Discord,
Yeah.
and there was one match I remember watching very vividly. I can't remember.
Actually, if you watch Battle of the Barracks a lot, you probably know who Boo Johnson is. Boo Johnson is normally the skinnier black guy that has like a lot of tattoos, and he wears like rounded like frame glasses
Wait,
and stuff a lot.
that's Boo Johnson?
Yeah.
If you're talking about who I'm thinking of, then I've definitely seen him before.
Yeah, look up Boo Johnson. BOO Johnson. Because I think he might have coached or refereed that same match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's Boo
Okay.
Johnson.
Yeah, I do fuck with Boo Johnson heavy.
Yeah.
He's sick.
He's actually a great person. I got to meet him once, and like,
Cool guy.
he's a fucking amazing guy.
Fun fact, by the way. You know the voice actor for Atreus
Atreus. Where
in
the
God of War?
fuck do I name that? Oh, okay. The child?
God of War 20. Yeah, God of War 2018. Sonny Soljic.
Yeah.
He's
You
a
gotta meet him?
skater.
Oh, is
No,
it?
he's a skater. He skated at Battle at the Barracks 12.
That's sick. I didn't know that.
He's the kid's nice. I'm not gonna lie.
That was kind of the same thing with like XQC when I found out he skated. I was like, oh wait, he actually can skate.
But he's also like tall, rail thin, so it checks out.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I'm like I wouldn't
Uh,
have doubted it.
yeah, man.
But shit.
I think it's a good place to end off, honestly.
I think that is a good place to end. That's been Jay. I'm D. All of our links are down in the description. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us if you made it this far. And yeah, we'll see you next time for episode 5. Peace.
Peace.